So if you've been following the channel, I go traveling quite a lot and do a lot of travel vlogs. And with that, I have certain items that I use that I totally swear by. So in this video, I want to share you all the products that I use for travel. So let's start with the big stuff first, because I don't have it with me physically because it's too heavy and there's too many of them. It is the luggage that I totally swear by, and it is the Béis luggage. If you don't know the luggage, it's actually made by Shay Mitchell. If you know from Pretty Little Liars, very popular actress. This is her whole travel brand. I have all of the luggages in each of the sizes. The carry-on, which is a 22.8 height inch, and then the medium check-in, a 26 inch, and then the large check-in, which is a 29 inch. I also have the little duffel bag carry-on thing, but I don't really use that for like long haul travels. I've used it before, but it's not really my favorite one. But it is good for a nice little like staycation for the weekend or something like that. But we're here to discuss the luggage. Why I like it so much? Honestly, I think it's really sleek. It's very minimal. It does what it needs to do. And to differentiate between the two blacks, because there is an all black, which the handle has all black on it. My regular black, which is in the matte black, it has like a cream color to it. So to list a couple of the functions of this luggage, first of all, it has a TSA lock that you can also use by key, I believe, but if you put in your certain code, it can open it up. And you can put the two zipper pulls like inside of it, as well as the handle is also a weight indicator. So if you're above 50 pounds, the little slit on the left that you guys see, it would actually turn red. It also is an expandable luggage. I didn't zip it up like to make it open, but it has that option as well in case you're like me that puts their luggages inside their other luggage to save space, kind of like those little dolls that like stack on each other. It luckily has that it can expand, or it doesn't need to expand, so that you can like safely put your luggage together. Another function of this bag that is very unique is a retractable bag strap that can actually connect all the luggages together, as you see that I'm putting right here. And in fact, the little tiny one as well, the carry-on, it actually has one too. So in case you want to put like a little bag there, it totally has it as well. It's pretty light when I have to hold it up, like on its side. If I have to like go up a couple stairs like New York, it actually holds up pretty well. And I've had these bags for like a couple of years now, and it does have wear and tear, but nothing like a crack or anything like that. So I think it's pretty durable. The wheels are 360 and it's pretty smooth, especially if I am lugging it throughout like cities and things like that. Especially like when I was in Japan, they have a lot of like roads that are kind of pebbled and stuff. It actually held up pretty well with that too. The luggage actually opens like a book. So they're pretty equal in size, like one is not bigger than the other, so that's really nice. On the inside of it, as you can see, and it's all pretty much the same throughout the entire bags, one like normal zipper pouch that you can put like random stuff in, as well as like a wet pouch. And on the other side, on the right, it actually has like a compression sleeve with straps that you can strap it quite in. It really helps, like if I carry a lot of stuff, let's say like the last Japan I went to in 2024, that really helped a lot because it helped cushion everything down. They actually have like these little bags that can be for your dirty clothes, which this shows dirty bag. And then this one is not basic. So like a small version and a large version. I usually use these for like wet clothes sometimes, maybe like a shoe cover every now and then, but two come with every single Béis like luggage that you get. So little incentive. Overall, I really like this luggage. I swear by it, and I have no other things to say just because it's so good. Like, I really like this luggage. I loved it so much, obviously, that I bought 3 different sizes of it. And if they had like a bigger trunk space, like a very, very large one compared to like the 29 inch, like if they had a bigger one, I'd probably buy that too, honestly. Now, not straying away from the luggage set is my luggage tags. I actually bought it on Amazon because with having black luggage, it is very easy for it to get lost, so you need something to identify it. My family used to put like ribbons and stuff like that, but sometimes the ribbons get like torn off and stuff, and normal luggage tags sometimes still decay. But this one I found really nice because it has like that certain ring that you have to like screw in, and it's pretty sturdy. I use it for all my bags, not just my luggage, but like normal backpacks if I go traveling with it. It kind of like helps identify it well, and I picked like a pretty good color that it's super bright. The name tag that you see next to it, I actually bought that on Etsy when I needed it for work, but now I bought too many, so I put it all across all my luggages. Air tags is also another thing that I love to use, especially for travel. Sometimes the luggage gets lost in, the transit, and that's happened to me before, unfortunately. So air tags weren't a thing back then. But now they are, and I use it on my backpacks and everything in my life. So in case like I'm up in the air, I can tell if it's getting, somewhere or not, random, if it gets lost. You get the idea of air tags. The next item I have on my list is my Calpak Terra 26 liter backpack. I've only used this once on the Japan trip, and I can say this is a really great backpack. Like I said, I have other bags that are kind of like those duffel ones, but I feel like I needed something that's like kind of like a good backpack that's sturdy enough that it can like last long, and it's waterproof, and it can fit on the overhead compartment, and just overall like a very functional backpack. And I think this, with many research of many backpacks across all websites, I think this is the perfect one for me. I think what really sold me on this is the fact that it's waterproof. I mean, you can find other backpacks that are like this that are waterproof, but it just like the material of it just like it glides easily off, even if it's different colors. I really wanted the dark gray one, but I didn't jump on it too quick. But the black one honestly is good, and I still have like little keychains, so I can identify it better. As you can tell, my favorite color is purple, which is why I have a lot of purple accessories to identify my stuff. But look at my little Miffies. Aren't they cute? Anyways, going back to the backpack, another thing that sold me on this backpack is the fact that it has so many zipper compartments. I try not to carry too much, and I think that's a con of this backpack, that because it has so many pockets, I can carry so much and probably buy more things, which is not good. But other than that, it's a good way to like spread out your stuff so they're not all sitting in the same spot as to get heavy. Because I found in previous backpacks that I use, they don't have enough pockets, and so when I would keep a lot of stuff, and it'd be like little things, it would kind of make the backpack heavy. Like, let's say if it only had this top compartment, it would be like dragging like that, like dipping down, and it would be like off balance. But at least with the many pockets that this has, I really love that I can space things out. This can open up so that it's kind of like your day bag, like a little weekender thing if you want to like put extra clothes and stuff. So like I said, I only used this bag once, which was the recent Japan trip. And I will say, when we went to Hakone, we could not bring our luggage because I had 2 luggages, and if you've been to Japan, it's really tight, close quarters, and especially in Hakone, you gotta walk like all those steps, big hills, things like that, like you saw. So I definitely wanted to find something that could be versatile for me. So this probably could fit like 3 to 4 days worth of like clothing and stuff. And you could probably do more. You could probably do a week if you like pack really well and only use minimal clothing, but it held up really well even though I had it stuffed. Of course, it would get like really heavy, but for the most part, especially because of this padding here on the straps and also the back, it actually was really nice. Another great thing about this backpack is this side pocket for your water bottle. I was able to fit my full hydro flask and my Stanley in here, and on top of that, you can actually clip it and pull it so it actually compresses the water bottle so it keeps it in place, because I was afraid that it would slip off, but actually it was held up pretty good. I put like 2 water bottles in this and it was pretty sturdy. I didn't demonstrate it in the clips because I totally forgot, but there is also a little trolley pass, so if you wanted to sit on top of your luggage and roll it around, it can actually do that, and it's pretty nice. As you can see, I could fit it through my arm. I actually never used this bottom zipper here, but I bet I could use it for like hiding like certain like documents that I don't want something stolen in the front. But yeah, overall, like just using this once, I really like this backpack. I hope to use it in so many other trips that I go in the future. I haven't tried it with like an actual laptop, which you could definitely put in here, but I bet even with that, it would not be like still super heavy. I think it balances it out really well, and just overall like a really good backpack. I know it's like kind of expensive, but I think it's definitely worth it if you want to invest in like travel things that want to last for like a very long time. Now we'll go into the part that goes into your luggage. So the first thing I have are these like compression, like sleeves, compression clothes pouches that you can put. These are from Muji, And these come in two sizes, I believe, just this like small version and this very large version. So I was able to fit a lot of my clothes using these two big ones. And I think I used the small one more for like little trinkets I bought, or like, you know, intimates like underwear, socks and stuff like that. And it's really good. It held up pretty well. So I think, again, like maybe two of these would last like you a week worth of clothes, maybe 2 weeks if you, again, are very minimalistic and use it. So in demonstrating what is inside these pouches, so first of all, you have like this mesh opening that goes up all the way, opens like that. So the white part here is actually the expander part. So if you can see, it opens just like that. And then this back one, again, is another pouch, just like that. So I will say, in using these packing cubes, they can actually get pretty heavy if you're not careful or just don't care about balancing like what is in your pouches. So definitely be wary of that. But overall, I've used these so much, and I have like a couple of them. I think I have like at least 6, and they pretty much organize all my stuff well, because I hate it in the luggage when everything like kind of jostles around, kind of uneven like weight distribution, and just like not like organized and clean, because I'm a very organized person. So having these is definitely worth it. And going along with like something that organizes your stuff like packing cubes, I also have shoe covers. So I actually got these from Amazon, and I use these especially for like my work shoes because those are very dirty in the hospital, but you can use them for travel as well. These are pretty big. I would say they can fit like my Doc Martens, Ramati, Chelsea boots, which are pretty tall, and they can fit probably like normal shoes, like maybe 2 to 3 inside of here. I've used like ones where like I had like regular shoes, sandals, and probably flip-flops, and they hold up pretty well. They're pretty durable, so I really like them. So if they get wet, like no problem. And another one that I've used before, I actually got on Amazon, is this one, but this one, it kind of like expands like this. So it's not like flat like that. So when you have like maybe 2 to 3 pairs of shoes, it'll actually open up like that kind of wide, which is still pretty nice. Looks like it has like a little trolley system. I haven't used it like outside my luggage. It's usually inside the luggage. But anyways, with this kind of pouch, you have like the mesh covering here, and then you have like the inner part there. I will say, in terms of like my Doc Martens, they can fit in here. They just get really bulky, which is why I kind of prefer these ones better, because I can still like fold it. If ever there's like space, I can like fold it. You know what I mean? But this one, it's like a pretty standard size. But equally, like having shoe covers are still pretty good, because you don't want like your germs from your shoes in like your clothes and stuff. So definitely do that. All right, now let's go to toiletries. I have 2 toiletry bags that I have used. I'll start with this one because I used it quite a lot in the past, and this is from Calpak as well. It is a double-sided kind of thing that looks like a luggage in a sense. Like this could be used as a pouch, but it is a toiletry holder thing. So it lays flat, which is really nice, but you can also close it like this. Sometimes I feel like if I do it like this, it's kind of bulky, so I kind of lay it out like this in the bag, but just zip it really well. So it is made out of a nice washable material. So I haven't cleaned it in a while, don't mind me, but I've used like Clorox wipes on it and it runs pretty well. My only thing is you have to be careful, because when you have it, you should not lay it like, don't lay your products like this, unless it's sitting in the bag like this, or like if you lay it like this. Like make sure your bottles are upright, because it will leak, and it's kind of hard to take it off like this material. But other than that, I think it's really nice because it can get washed very easily. It's very durable. I've had this for years and it holds up pretty well. They also have like a larger version, which I don't use as often because it's way too big. It's like probably this big. And I think I've used it only when I had to like move cross country, but other than that, I've used like the smaller one and it does the job. Well, what I have been using recently, well, to be honest, I did only use it once, but it was a really good one. This is the Lululemon one. They just came out with this probably like early April or early March. And the other day I actually was at Lululemon, and they have more colors now, because back then they only had black and white, but now they have a nice silver one, which is, I wish I waited, but it's okay. It's still pretty nice. It's, I believe, called a DOP bag. I've seen them at like Target and stuff in like the men's section, but it's still pretty good. The thing that I like about that, it opens like that and it opens like this, kind of like the base, like carry-on bag, if you guys have seen those ones that I kind of mentioned before. It kind of opens like this, and it's pretty sturdy. So inside, it has like the nice material that it can be like easily, if something gets wet, it's not going to be a problem. You can like wash it off pretty easily. Oh my goodness. I found my medicine. I was looking for this because when I went on the boat ride in Japan, I didn't have this.
All right, chat. Today we're finally doing a boat ferry ride. Yeah, so exciting. Great day to be alive. It's like the shortest ferry.
It's literally gonna be the worst.
10 minutes is 1 hour to Abigail in boat rides.
Catch me on the back of the boat, chat. Oh my goodness, we're actually going.
All right.
But you know what? We turned out okay, as you guys saw. I did not get seasick, thankfully. But now I know it was actually in here. Anyways, going back to the bag. So inside this main compartment, it has 2 pouches here that you can put stuff, and then this bottom part. I will say if you overload it too much, just kind of like that base luggage bag, that carry-on, if you try to close it, it won't close. So I would advise like probably not carrying too much, but if you did, just lay it flat like this so it doesn't overcrowd it too much. And then the bottom, again, also has like that nice washable material. I usually put like my makeup and perfumes there, and it held up pretty well. And why I chose this over this, simply because of the sizing. I mean, I know by like height, this is definitely like taller than this, but I will say because I have to like open this one up, it kind of in a sense becomes a little bit longer and less of a nuisance. And honestly, recently I've had a lot of things spill in this one, so it's kind of annoying to me right now. But this one, it's like pretty standard and also helps me not carry too much. And it only is upright one way in a sense, like it only goes like this. Whereas like I feel like the CalPak, it can kind of like move different kinds of ways, and that's why I probably have had a lot of spillage in like my toiletries. Another thing I liked about this, because it's longer, I could actually put a comb and a brush in it and just have all my toiletries in one place so that I don't have to like bring more stuff. Whereas this one, it has 2 compartments, can't expand into the other one. So I feel like I had to like put my comb in between the 2 pouches and try to zip it, but it wouldn't close, obviously. And then I just have to get an inner pouch to like bring that. It's just a lot. I don't want to bring too much, so that's why I like the Lululemon one much more. And yeah, now going on with like the pouches and things, I actually have a couple of pouches to show you guys that I use. So I have 3 different kinds. I like to be organized, as you can tell. I have a backpack that has millions of zippers. You got to be organized somehow, right? So that's why you have pouches to put like your camera gear, your pens, little souvenirs. If you're like me that loves getting like pins and stickers and cards and stuff, having pouches really helps. And also for like your receipts, if you're into like holding like physical receipts. Anyways, so let's start with the pouches. Nothing really like specific that I like to look for, just that it can hold my stuff. But some of the ones I have, this is from BT21. I love Tata. He is a representation of BTSV, so I like having this little pouch. And then this is the Glossier one. They come in 2 sizes. This is the mini version, and then they have a bigger version. I have it in like silver. This one has been recent in holding all my makeup and stuff. So first of all, it has like a little small pocket there, and then a big pocket here, as you can see, of the various eyebrow stuff and other things that I have. And it holds up pretty well. It can fit a full-size like eyebrow pencil. So if you need to put your brush, you can put it all there. And it's pretty nice. The only thing that's wrong with it is the fact that the lining is canvas. So if it gets wet, you're pretty much screwed, which is why I tried to bring a lot of like dry items like a pomade, and then like my pencils and stuff. Nothing like too wet, other than something that's like, it can be easily controlled, like my sunscreen wipes or makeup wipes. This was from Muji, by the way. Really nice. But yeah, definitely love this pouch. And then I have this last pouch that I use for like cards and stuff. In this pouch, I actually have some pens and some name tags and stuff. But this, I think, is from Daiso, or you can get it on Amazon, and it's pretty nice. So it's in that same material, kind of like how the CalPak one was, and the inner part of the Lululemon like dot bag. So it has all that stuff in there, and it's like easily like wipeable. if you have like wet items and stuff like that. I believe Daiso has like a couple different like sizes of this. Like they have like a small version for like your card and stuff up to a big one that you can put like certain documents that you want to be protected. And it has a little keychain thing here in case you, I don't know, want to like. Now, in terms of like crossbody bags and things, I feel like I go through a cycle of things that I like to use, but the main thing I usually have is a little belt bag, or not a belt bag, but a crossbody bag from Uniqlo, because, you know, they can expand. It's all one big spot, and it's pretty like easy and accessible and nice and washable to use. So this is the white one that I use quite a lot, and I have a little Miffy keychain thing on there, but it's really nice. Sometimes you just got to be careful because it can kind of get really heavy. I remember my first, I believe, trip to Japan in 2024. I went hiking with the bigger version of this faux leather one, and it was really, really heavy. And this can get really, really heavy too if you're not careful of like how much you put in there. Many people have this bag. Comes in so many different colors. I believe in total, I think I have like 4 or 5 depending on like the season that I like to be in. Another bag that I love using for travel is the Lululemon belt bags. This is the 1 liter one in this like puffy, like puffer jacket kind of material, and this helps me so that I can like carry much less, especially if I go exercising. But this is the inside of this one. It's pretty nice, has a lot of compartments and stuff, and then it has like this bag zipper that you can put like your wallet and keys to like protect it and stuff. So I really like it. I think I have like probably 3 or 4 of these as well. So this is what the 1 liter one looks like. I prefer actually the 2 liter one, which I can't find mine, but I love using it for, again, like hiking and stuff like that. I wish I brought this in Japan because I didn't see a lot of Lululemons there, but if there was, I definitely would have bought one for the hike, because I think I carried like my little like normal crossbody from Lulu, and it was good, but I feel like it would have been nice for me to carry something a little bit more lightweight so that the hike wouldn't be so heavy. So in the last part of the recommendations, we'll go through some electronics, and we'll start with a battery. This is my Anker battery. I believe this is like 15 or 10,000 K. And I love this one because it's small, it's compact, it's not too heavy, which is a trouble that I had before with my compatible like outside batteries. And I especially love this one because it has an Apple Watch one. So that's pretty cool. So I don't have to carry a separate watch, because sometimes like if I'm out and about, my watch dies. So I can just put it there and still walk around with it, and it will still count the steps, which is really nice. It also comes with a C cord already, and as an iPhone 16 user, it's very convenient. I don't have to bring an extra cord, or any other of my other devices like my camera that I'm recording, the DJI. It actually uses a C cord to charge, so that's pretty cool. I know I just said that I don't like carrying like extra cords and stuff, but if I had to, I would use this one. And I do have like an Anker attachment to this one, but it is not an Anker specific cord. It's actually from Amazon, and what I like about it, it is like a 3-pronged one. So it has the Apple Watch one, a normal lightning cable, and then a USB-C cable, because I have the AirPods Pro and it uses the lightning cable, so that's why I had to use it. But honestly, it's pretty good. I've used it to charge 3 things at the same time. Like I said, my watch, my AirPods, and my iPhone. And usually I have this problem with double chargers where if you charge one, the other thing won't charge, but this charges everything well at the same time and very fast. And the only thing about it is, and I'll show it here. So at the end here, it has like the USB, normal USB, and then like the USB-C thing. So if this is not like attached to it, it won't charge unless like I guess you charge it directly to like a USB-C one. Now this recent tech buy was a recent buy, and it is my iPad mini. And I think it's so convenient for travel because your tables on the airplane are very small. And I used to have the 12.9 and it would be way too big, especially if I wanted to do work and bring my actual laptop. It would be too much, but because I have the iPad mini now, it is absolutely perfect. It's nice and small, it does the job, and this case that I actually have on it is from Amazon, and it can actually like go like this, like expand like that, like a little book, and opens like that, and it has like a detachable keyboard, So that's pretty cool. I can actually like, if I disconnect and then like type with this separately, I think it can still work, but it is actually quite magnetic anyway, and it closes like that. The only thing about having keyboard cases is it gets really, really heavy. And then on top of that, because this comes apart, it doesn't have any like coverage on it compared to like the normal like Apple ones that I think it's the Folio one that covers it. So that's quite inconvenient because I used to have the Magic keyboard when I had the 12.9, and so it would like kind of like seamlessly go together, but I feel like I've grown used to it because I realized that I really do need the keyboard. I'm sure you heard a lot of good things about the iPad mini, but honestly, again, it's perfect, good size. I can still split screen on it compared to like the bigger iPads, and it's just great for travel and just overall really good. And no one peeks at your screen when you're trying to like watch something, which is a problem I had with my iPad before because I don't know, people love snooping, I guess. And the last thing that I have on my recommendations list is the camera that I am actually filming right now. It's my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I really like it with the Ulanzi attachments. So the problem I had with the DJI before was that the attachments that came with it, which is the tripod and the extender, which was also a battery, is that one, the battery, even if you didn't need to be charged, it would still be charging, so that the battery would drain out because it's essentially charging nothing even if you're at 100%. And then the tripod would be so big. But after doing some research on Ulanzi, I love that they have like this tripod that like goes flat, the little attachment in the middle that doesn't charge. Well, it can charge if you need it to, but it doesn't automatically charge, like it doesn't have a battery in it. So it's very convenient, especially the camera itself can be kind of heavy when you have all those normal big attachments like with it. So I only carry like those two things. It's attached to it all the time. It's very lightweight if I need it to be, especially for me that doesn't like to carry much in their purses. Like this bag, for example, what I have right now can fit it easily in that, and it's not a problem. Another accessory that's also good, which honestly, if you get the creator kit, it's a pretty good deal, is the camera microphone. And I love it because sometimes the sound really sucks if I don't turn it on, and I need it in case I'm like talking and stuff, but it's actually perfect and it's very discreet if you hide it really well. Right now I have it connected by its clip, but you can also use it in its magnet form, and it's pretty sturdy, I would say. It doesn't get lost really easily. And especially with another accessory I have, which is the Ulanzi cage that can be used for many couple things. The only thing is if I want to use this with the Ulanzi cage, there's no like specific thing that I can clip this to other than probably like the little slit on the side of the Ulanzi cage, but it kind of comes off easily. So I definitely need like another alternative to use when I need to put it. And the last accessory I love using with my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is actually a magnet, lo and behold. I actually mentioned it in the Japan vlogs, but didn't really show you because I was normally filming with this camera. But I actually saw it in one of this girl's like IG reels about her setup, and I pretty much copied it. So I'll put the link down below. But it's essentially this like neoprene, like small magnet that I got on Amazon, and attaches to the back of the Ulanzi cage. And so if I put it up to a wall or anything metal, it's so sturdy, it will not move. So which is why you got clips like this with me just like talking hands free or me walking with no problem. It was absolutely perfect. And it does get a little bit bulky because it does jut out. So I wish I could find something that's a little bit more flat, I would say. But for the most part, it does its job really well. It is definitely a way to be discreet when you're filming. And if you don't want to like just put your tripod anywhere, at least you have that option of just like putting it against like a metal pole or a gate or something. But that is all the travel items that I use. I hope that you got some like really good ideas for your next travel if you want to use it. But if you have any other questions on like stuff below, just let me know, leave a comment, and yeah. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.